IVM.
Imagine this. You have just received a job offer you were waiting for, or just had the most delicious cake, or you just completed a crazy workout, or you are in the company of the person you love the most, or all of this above. In these situations, our brain produces chemicals called as neurotransmitters. These neurotransmitters gives us the great feeling of energy, accomplishment, joy and excitement. Without these chemicals, you won't feel these emotions in such pleasant situations. Hi, I am Prashant Uttekar, a learning enthusiast, and you are listening to the Relearning Podcast. And today I am making an attempt to simplify your second brain, that is, your gut. This topic is suggested by a regular listener of the show, Rujuta Mahajan. Well, Rujuta suggested the topic around this area, which I will come to in about some time. Gut feeling is nothing but an intuition, sixth sense, that hunch you have about something or a sudden flash of insight from within. Have you chosen a job offer which wasn't paying you so well, but the other organization went bankrupt within few months? Or you took a different turn on your road trip than the usual one and realized it's more enjoyable and scenic? Well, all these are gut feelings, but did you know that these decisions are supported by subconscious observation? Which means, in the scenarios which I just mentioned, you would have read about the organization and their spends and the analysis and a signboard mentioning the scenic route while driving on your road trip. These observations are made by your brain and provide you with an intuition. Gut feelings work well in an environment of repeated regularity. Example, doctors, firefighters, they have a better gut feeling about their work because of repeatability. Uncertainty needs to follow a pattern to get the appropriate gut feeling, like a game of chess or any sport for that matter. So basically, experience helps, but not always. The same uncertainty is not true for stock market. The feedback and fluctuations are not enough for stock marketeers for accurate gut feeling. Look at big businesses also. Big business decisions, going with gut alone may not result in success at all times. But going with the gut feeling and rational reasoning is a much better and recommended approach. If a decision matters to you alone, going with your gut feeling would make you more satisfied with the result. And it will make sure you are more certain about your choices. So, if you want to be happier about a decision or pick something that feels more genuine, then trusting your gut is a great idea. Gut is not called the second brain just for the sake of it. Your gut is your digestive tract from esophagus to stomach, intestines and down to the anus is the part of enteric nervous system or ENS, which has network of nerves, neurons and neurotransmitters. Remember neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers in our body that gives us that pleasant feeling, and of course there's a flip side to it as well. Along with these great feelings, they also produce chemicals that would make you feel anxiety, depression, nausea. Basically, a healthy gut is a healthy you. If you take care of your gut, you would take care of the second brain and feel more accomplished. As a kid, we used to say in Hindi, तेरे में guts नहीं है, to provoke a friend or an enemy to do something and mostly unreasonable, and now I know why. So thank you so much, Rujuta, for this amazing topic of myth around going with the gut. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out the other interesting podcasts on IVM Network. You can listen to us on IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media via IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Prashant Uttekar on Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter and DA_curious_1 on Instagram. Until next time, this is Prashant Uttekar. Take care of your gut. Bye.
A wise man once said, traveling, it makes you speechless, then turns you into a storyteller.
Well, listen to such travel stories and experiences exploring India on the Musafir Stories with us, Saif and Faiza.
Catch us on the IVM website, app, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Do you you like true crime stories?
Do you like to learn about the people behind some horrible, awful crimes?
More specifically, women that may have committed these crimes.
Actually, Indian criminals that are women?
Then we'd like to welcome you to our podcast, Misconduct. My name is Raghavi.
And I am Nisha.
We cover themes like murder, dacoity, drug trafficking, financial fraud, kidnapping, and many more.
You can catch us every Wednesday on the IVM Podcast Network or wherever you get your podcast.